This is NBC6 South Florida Today.
Welcome back, everybody. Do you have dry eyes? There are lots of symptoms, not the least of which is feeling like you have something kind of just stuck in your eyes, sand or whatever. Dr. William Trattler is with the Center for Excellence in Eye Care, and he recently ranked cities for conditions that can cause dry eye. First of all, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Bob, thank you so much. It's great to be here.
How does South Florida, Miami stack up?
Well, believe it or not, Miami does rank very high as far as dry eye. The National Women's Health Resource Center ranked cities in the U.S. based on environmental conditions that can exacerbate dry eye, and Miami was in the top third of all cities in the U.S.
And yet we have a relatively high humidity for most of the time.
That's true. High moisture is very helpful for dry eye. It helps reduce dry eye. So cities like Phoenix and Salt Lake City, where it's very dry, we're more likely to experience be in places where it's more likely to have dry eye symptoms.
And we all look to get lower humidity because it's easier in terms of being comfortable with even warmer temperatures. The lower the humidity, the more comfortable you feel, but that's not good for the eyes.
That's not good for the eye. It's more likely to lead to symptoms of dry eye, which can include redness and irritation, a sandy or burning sensation. Tearing is a common symptom as well.
Making tears is a symptom of dry eye.
It is. It seems funny that tearing would be a symptom, but if your eye is irritated, your body will make more tears, and the tears don't do a good enough job at eliminating the dry eye situation, and then you just keep making more and more tears to try to help with your condition.
Okay, now you mentioned earlier also, before we came back on, that people who use computers also have problems, and you said it's because they don't blink as much.
I know.
Really?
It's very interesting. When you stare at a computer, you're concentrating, and your blink rate drops by about 50%, and that leads to
50%?
50%.
You blink half the time than when you're not on the computer.
That's correct. So you're not blinking as much, and so your eyes are open longer, and you get more evaporation of tears, and that leads to dry eye symptoms.
All right, what do we do? How do we get rid of this if we have it?
Well, there's lots of great treatments that are available. One of my favorite treatments right now is a prescription medication called Restasis. It's an FDA-approved treatment for dry eye. It's taken twice a day, and it treats the underlying cause of dry eye. Actually, my wife takes it, and it's made a big impact for her.
Is it a prescription medication?
It's a prescription medication.
Well, what about the stuff you find on the shelves? You find Murine, and various things you can get at a CVS or whatever. Do they do the trick, or not as well as what you're talking about?
Over-the-counter artificial tears do a great job of helping the symptoms of dry eye temporarily, but they won't treat the underlying cause. So you'd have to keep taking them every day, multiple times a day, and still it's going to be a continuing situation. If you take Restasis, for example, or treat your underlying cause, you can actually eliminate the need of drops over time.
Now, we've all seen Ben Stein do this commercial. He's been doing for years this commercial about dry. What's the product that he? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, it's a dry eye product. What is it?
Right.
Clear eyes.
Right.
Clear eyes.
Oh.
Okay. Again, you think these over-the-counter things are just for temporary?
Visine or those type of drops that cause constriction of the blood vessels to get the red out are temporary.